Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you're watching this from. So, this is another episode under Module 1, which is Know Thyself. The reason why we are starting with Know Thyself is we are starting right at the foundation to kind of make you understand who you are, because it is on that foundation that every other thing, can be based. Things like business success, things like leadership success, things like workplace success, things like marriage success, and all that. So, and we are in part 5 of Module 1, Know Thyself, and we're going to be going deep today into what is divine assignment. I started this module in earlier videos by telling you that you are not here by accident, which is to say that the person who brought you here, which is God, which is your maker, which is your manufacturer, had something in mind before, a purpose in mind for you before you were brought forth. And that even if you're a product of rape, or your parents told you that they made a mistake, they were already done with children, and somehow you came despite all their efforts, know this today and know peace, that as long as you are successfully able to make it to this earth, Mother Earth, then you are here by design. And if you are here by design, you are here on a purpose, and you must find that purpose for you to find what? Fulfillment. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So today we are continuing by starting with the topic, what is divine assignment? What is divine assignment? You must have heard it one time, at least more than once in the course of your life. People talking about your divine purpose. I think not John C. Maxwell, Miles Monroe did a whole lot about talking about your purpose, your divine purpose in life, and how that is the fastest route to peace and fulfillment. So, what is divine assignment? Okay, so divine assignment is a unique purpose. Divine assignment is a unique purpose or mission given by God. So that means when God is bringing you to this earth, before He formed you in your mother's womb, He had a unique purpose or mission for you to come here to accomplish. So you're not here for yourself. You're not here for your own pleasure. You're actually here to bring pleasure to God based on a particular purpose He had in mind when He formed you in your mother's womb. So, and this purpose is in the form of a task. It's a task. It comes in the form of a task, something you're supposed to do, like a role, like a position in which you're supposed to function, or purpose that aligns with an individual's spiritual gifts. We're back to gifts again. Spiritual gifts, talents, and passions, guiding them to fulfill a specific calling in their life. What does all this mean? It means that God has a role in mind that aligns with the gift. A gift is not something you acquire. A gift is given. You don't pay for a gift. You don't struggle. You don't do anything. You're just handed down the gift. So if God is giving you certain gifts, maybe the gift of prophecy, maybe the gift of singing, maybe the gift of leadership, there is a reason behind it. It's not giving you that for your own enjoyment. It's giving you those gifts and talents and passions, certain things you are just very passionate about, certain things. It's giving you all of those freely for a purpose. It wants you to fulfill a purpose, and you must find that purpose. And those that aligns with an individual's spiritual, it gives you, it's like a role or purpose that aligns with an individual's spiritual gifts, talents, and passions, guiding them to fulfill a specific calling in their life. Everyone has a calling to fulfill. Everyone has a calling to fulfill. Everyone has a calling to fulfill in this life. Everyone. I'm stressing this because some people feel that, I was born to just go through life. I was born by mistake. My parents were trying to abort me. It didn't work out. So here I am. So there was really no plan for me. I'm telling you on good authority today that everyone has a special calling on their life. Unfortunately, most people do not come into the fullness of this purpose, of this assignment, until they die, which has to be like the most devastating thing that can happen to any individual. So the reason why I've taken it upon myself to come here and kind of like put you through step by step how to find your divine assignment is because I don't want the most devastating thing to happen to you. Personally, I struggled for many years to come into the fullness of what my divine assignment or purpose was. And I know that no one on this earth should miss their divine calling, should miss their divine assignment, right? So, and that is why we are doing this course. So let's keep going. So how do I discover my divine assignment? Usually, if you know you have a divine calling, the next thing is you want to know, so how do I even know? How and no one purpose is the same. If you have 1 billion individuals, that's about 1 billion callings, so to speak. So how do I discover my divine assignment? Let's take a quick look. One, you have to reflect on your passions. Passion is back, and interest. Reflect on your passions and interest. And what should you do specifically? Pay attention to what excites or fulfills you. These areas often hint at your purpose. I don't know whether I've mentioned in a previous video where I said that I like to write. I don't have to struggle to write, so I believe that writing is a gift. But that mathematics or math, I had to have a mentor who would teach me after the normal school period. We would usually go to a primary school on Saturdays, and he would put me through dissect mathematics to me, and that was how I was able to come out with the best math result in my junior WAEC or my junior diploma or junior exams, the national exams or the West African exams, right? Now, but with English, I didn't have any mentor. I just naturally was good at it, and I was able to get the best result in English as well. So you see that math took some effort and some mentorship. English was natural. So the natural one, we call it a gift. What's it called? We call it, let's say, a gift. And then the one where I had to learn over time, we could call that a special ability or a talent. So you need to pay attention to what excites or fulfill you. I need to take a lot of effort to study math, but English comes naturally to me. No wonder later on I found out that public speaking also came naturally with me. And I mentioned in a previous video that I didn't have to go to Toastmasters or any of these public speaking schools, to get good in front of the camera or to get confident in front of the camera. They came naturally to me. And then I like to talk. In fact, one of the things my wife will tell you is that I talk, like, not really that I talk too much, but like I want to take my time to over explain a concept, that she's like, look, you know what, can we adjourn this meeting? Something that she feels that I can do in 10 minutes, I want to use 1 hour to really drill down and explain it. That's something that comes naturally, to the extent that my wife is like, look, you know what, this thing you want to explain, please can you do it in 10-20 minutes? I don't want you to be explaining in 2 hours. Why do I want to take 2 hours to explain something? Because public speaking or speaking comes naturally to me, and stuff like that. And public speaking, then writing. No wonder I ended up as a tech copywriter. And there's certain things that just come naturally to me. Pay attention to what excites you. What comes naturally to you? What do you do without effort? What do you do without some special form of mentorship? I like to read. No one has to. Okay, for example, yesterday we went to the shop. To buy stuff, and I didn't have any mind to buy a book. So when we got there, we started shopping, and before you know it, I just pushed the cart to the bookshop section, and I was looking for a particular book. I couldn't find it, but I didn't give up. I ended up buying 2 books that I didn't plan to buy because I saw the titles, they attracted me, and I said, I'm going to read this. Well, I have to remind you, I have to also mention on the side that I have 3 books. So it's not like I lack books. I have 3 books on my table, on my reading table, that I'm still battling with. Why am I buying 2 extra books? So does reading come naturally to you? If you go to the bookstore, do you feel like buying a book? And it's not just about the buying. When you buy the book, do you actually want to read it? So pay attention to what excites or fulfills you, because these areas are often hint at your purpose. So number 2 is identify your gifts and talent. We've already considered this in the previous video. Recognize your unique abilities. What are the things that come naturally to you? I also use the example of myself and my younger brother that writing comes naturally to me. I've written over 5 published books, right? And counting. And he is wondering how come I'm able to just write 30,000 words to make a book without any stress. It just comes natural. How do you know how to put the words together? The same way in which I look at him when he's playing the bass guitar, and I wonder if I can become good at bass guitar, even if I had a mentor, the best mentor in the world, walking me through the bass guitar for the next 100 years. One of the reasons why I will not get good at it is even because I don't have any interest. I enjoy music. I enjoy when music has been produced and it's beautiful. I enjoy taking it in. I enjoy music like that, but I don't enjoy making music. If you understand what I mean, I don't enjoy making music. I don't even think I have what it takes, but I know I don't have the passion or interest for it. So you need to recognize your unique abilities. What are the things that come naturally that without effort you find yourself doing? Recognize your unique abilities, especially those that come naturally or bring you joy when you use them to help others. What are the skills that, like for example, maybe there's a fault, there's an electrical fault, and you're able to come in and fix it, and people clap and like, wow, how do you know how to do this? These are natural abilities that you need to watch out for, because they point to your divine assignment. Not in themselves, but they are pointers, if you understand what I'm saying. And then seek guidance through prayer or meditation. Every time I get to this prayer section, I have to always tell you, I must tell you that I'm somebody that prayer was not the first thing I would do back in the day, but over time, after a lot of frustration and confusion, I was able to start seeking God over what He wanted me to do. And every time I did that, I discovered that I had more clarity, I stressed less, and I made fewer mistakes, because I sought guidance through prayer and meditation. So you need to spend quiet time asking God. Go to somewhere go to somewhere quiet, and then ask God for clarity. Just say, God, what will you have me do? I know you created me. I didn't create myself. You created me, and now I'm here. Now I'm growing. Now I'm confused about a lot of things. Can you just give me clarity? I see that I have a lot of talent. I have a lot of abilities. How do I combine this to fulfill calling? And if you go to God like that, I assure you 100% that He's going to come to you. One of the little secret that I used, which I got from In Pursuit of Vision, a book written by Bishop David Oyedepo, was that once it's like 3 a.m., just wake up. That time, that sleep is the sweetest. Make that sacrifice, wake up and seek God's face around that time, and God will always meet you. I tried it because I was a practical guy. That, oh, you mean this? And that's after I've tried severally to understand, who I was or what my calling was without success. I practiced this simple hack and it brought untold results that has brought me to this level now. So spend quiet time asking God for clarity and guidance. This can help you gain insight into your purpose. God can show you flashes. God can send an angel to come in your dream. He can speak to you in diverse ways. He knows the best way to reach you the fastest, and He will begin to open your eyes and broaden your vision about who He has called you to be. I mean, if you go to your manufacturer and be like, what was I supposed to come to this earth to do? He's going to be so happy to tell you. He shows that you acknowledge Him as your creator. He shows that you really want to do His will. He is not going to hide Himself from you. I promise you that. So number 4 is consider what problems you are drawn to solve. Not all problems interest you. In fact, most people don't want to solve any problem. But that's a very big problem, because you are here to add value. You are here to solve a problem. So consider what problems you are drawn to solve. For example, look at me now. I've created the Green Mentorship School. Who sent me? Nobody asked me to. I just got the inspiration and I started it. And to prove that I really wanted to solve a problem from my heart, I decided to make it free. You're not praying to receive this knowledge. Look at the time I'm putting in. Look at the time I'm putting in to teach this. Look at the research. You have no idea the kind of research that went into bringing this together. Look at the effort, look at the money. There are people on my payroll to make sure that, like these slides, for example, and the community engagement, and I put some people on payroll to deliver these things free to you. And my time is so precious that I would rather be doing a million other things, but I'm doing this for free without expecting any financial gain from you. That tells a lot. so I'm solving the problem of, leadership, the problem of leadership. People are struggling with leadership. People are struggling with their business. People are struggling with their marriage. People are struggling with the workplace. People are also struggling with, attaining wealth. And that's why I've brought this program together to lay the foundations, giving you kingdom principles to succeed in these areas. Now, you need to notice if there are specific challenges or issues you feel a deep urge to address. This can point you towards your purpose. Because I'm doing it does not mean that you now do this. You now wake up tomorrow and then you create your own school. That may not be what God is asking you to do. He might be telling you to do something different. And there's no way you are going to know what God wants you to do if you don't ask Him. And that's what we talked about in number 3, which is to seek guidance through prayer and meditation. And the thing God is going to ask you to do, you would already have the resources, you already have the know-how. Excuse me, Samatan, right? You already have the know-how, you already have the ability, you already have all these talents, the skill set to do them. So God will not call you to do something that He hasn't equipped you to do. So those are pointers, right? So notice if there are specific challenges or issues you feel a deep urge to address. This can point you towards your purpose. So number 5, listen to feedback from others. Listen to feedback from others. Listen to feedback from others. The people around you are like little angels who can point you in the right direction. Sometimes people around you notice your strengths or qualities that you would overlook, and then their encouragement can highlight your areas of influence. And I want you to take note of this, because this one is saying encouragement. Sometimes the people around you might not identify your divine assignment by encouraging you. In fact, they will say it so be very sensitive. They will say it in a derogatory way. For example, imagine somebody saying, you're always talking, you talk too much. That is not an encouraging way to say that you'll be good with public speaking. So be sensitive. When he's saying you talk too much, just start smiling like, okay, if he's saying I talk too much, that means there must be something about public speaking for me. Or somebody is saying you're always indoors. I remember my uncle one time. I went to Calabar. It's a city in the south, in Nigeria. I went to Calabar and I stayed. He watched me after like 3 or 4 days that I was always indoors reading one book or the other, and he had to aren't you bored? I have noticed that ever since you came here, you've just been locked up indoors. I mean, I thought you want to explore Calabar. In fact, he gave me some money. He said, you know what? Enough of this, staying indoors. If you came to Calabar to stay indoors, so why did you come? So he gave me some money and said, you know what? Just go out and explore. I don't have the time to take you out because I'm working on a project, but take yourself out. You're an adult. Take yourself out. Take a cab. Go anywhere. If you ever get lost, just anywhere you get to and you don't know what next to do, just tell the nearest means of transport, the nearest cabman to bring you to. So he just wrote down the address of his house to me and gave me some cash and said, just go explore, go do anything, and then you come back. Guess what? When I went, guess where I went? The library. Of all places, I went to the National Library, State Library. I went to the State Library in Calabar. That was what interested me. I still wanted to go and read. Are you getting what I am saying? So he saw that I like to be by myself a lot, and he thought it was a disadvantage. Whereas I like to be isolated. I like to be by myself. I like to gain knowledge. And I hope you know that readers are leaders. Aha! So that was he was trying to give the feedback that you keep to yourself a lot, just reading. But I took it to mean that if you noticed it, that means that readers are leaders. And most leaders like to be by themselves, to reflect, to think, to get inspiration. If you're always in everyone's face, jumping from one place to the other, leadership is usually going to be a challenge, because you're not taking time to reflect. If everybody is just burnt up in activities, you need to take your time and reflect, read books, pick wisdom that you can now use for the same people and then help them solve problems. So listen to feedback from others, right? Sometimes people around you notice trends or qualities you may overlook. Their encouragement or so let me say the encouragement or their statements can highlight your areas of influence. Just be sensitive. Their feedback might not always be positive, but if they keep saying something about you, look at what good can come out of that in their saying. They say you talk too much, you're always trying to. Imagine what they told Moses, when he was trying to separate the two people who were fighting, the two slaves fighting. He said, they told him that who made you a judge, or who made you a judge? Yeah, who made you a judge over us? Whereas that was not an encouraging feedback to Moses, but that was pointing directly to the purpose he was going to fulfill later, to bring out the people out of slavery. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope this makes a lot of sense. This is very, very important. Now, number 6 is evaluate your past experiences. Evaluate your past experiences. Reflect on significant life events. Think about things that have happened in your life. Like, for example, I remember in high school, and I've said it more than once here, how writing an apology letter saved me and 3 of my friends from expulsion. Think about some of the things that you did that people clapped for you, or you became popular for a while and then everything fizzled out. The challenges you have also overcome is very important. The challenges you have overcome can equip you to support others. In fact, one of the things I say is that whatever challenge you're going through, whether financial, or maybe you're a lady, you're having issues with the fruit of the womb, or you had crisis in your marriage, whatever it is you went through that you called trouble, and then especially that you were able to overcome, God gave you wisdom to overcome it. That is a ministry because many more people after you are going to go through the same challenges, and they will need guidance, they will need mentorship, and you can start a ministry along those lines to tell people how to go about it. One of the challenges I know I faced a lot in my life is money. All through my life, I was just telling my wife not too long ago, 40 years of my life, 95 to 97 to 98% of my life, I was always struggling with money until God decided to bless me. And then now I think there's nobody having challenges with money now that I cannot mentor, that I cannot say whatever it is you have gone through, I've probably gone through worse, and this is how I navigated it. You understand what I'm saying? So evaluate your past experiences, reflect on significant life events. The challenges you have overcome can equip you to support others going through similar experiences. Do you see how your divine assignments can come in the form of going through something that really was a big deal for you? Maybe it took a long time before you got married. Maybe it took a long time before you had your kids. Maybe it took a long time before you became financially free, or you started having the resources that you needed and all that. So all of these things is important. The challenges you have overcome can equip you to support others going through similar experiences. That makes sense, right? I bet it does. So now we are talking about how do I discover my divine assignment. Let's keep going. Pay attention to repeated opportunities. Some opportunities can come over and over and over to you as a pointer to the direction God wants you to go concerning your divine assignment. So pay attention to repeated opportunities. If certain opportunities or themes keep appearing in your life, it could be a sign pointing you in a specific direction. Okay, so pay attention to opportunities. When opportunities come, whether you missed them or you took advantage of them, especially when they keep coming and coming, they are pointers to your divine assignment. Number 8, look for a sense of inner peace. When aligned with your look for a sense of inner peace. When you are doing something, do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel peace? Do you feel like, yes, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be doing this at this point? Those are pointers. When aligned with your divine assignment, you often feel a deep sense of peace and satisfaction, even in challenges. So like right now that I'm teaching this, I feel so much peace. Some people will be like, can't you take this time to get more writing gigs? Nah, In fact, let me give you an example. I think someone reached out to me. I don't want to mention the person's name. You might probably know. This person reached out to me, and said, okay, there's an opening in her, where she there's an opening in her, with one of the branches working with, and then they are looking for like a strategist who would help them with the clients that they have, and that's something I could do, because this person was exactly like a copywriter like me. I was able to take up the challenge, and she's doing so well. So she wanted to recommend me, but she wanted to see if I would be interested in such a role. Guess what? I told her no, not because I don't need money. Even Dangote is still looking for money. But my point being that I just didn't feel. I felt like taking such a role will stop me from teaching the school. It would really, mess up my ability to teach the school from the heart, give my all to the school. And I gave up the opportunity with whatever potential, remuneration and whatever was attended or was included in the package. So you see, I had inner peace teaching this for free. I didn't have peace taking up that role. So look for a sense of inner peace. When aligned with your divine assignment, you often feel a deep sense of peace. I have no doubt in my mind that this is what I'm supposed to be doing at this time. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time. I'm doing exactly what I ought to be doing at this time of my life. And even though it's free, I'm being paid by my sponsor, as I keep telling you, which is the Holy Spirit. I have no need right now. I can tell you on good authority. I mean, that's why I will have the confidence to take a school and not take a penny for it, right? So, and number 9, focus on serving others. Focus on serving others. Divine assignments often involve serving. People think that your divine assignment is to serve you, is to put you in such a position of importance where everybody bows down to you. No. Your divine assignment is usually going to focus on serving others. That's why Jesus said that he who is the greatest among you, when the disciples were wondering who is the greatest, they wanted him to give him 10 pointers. He said, he who will be greatest among you will serve others. And then he proceeded to start washing their feet. Imagine God washing the dirty feet of his disciples. So to prove that, I'm not just saying it, I'm showing you that I'm the greatest among you because I'm the one washing your feet. To wash someone's feet is to serve. So focus on serving others. Your divine assignment is not some highfalutin something where you're a king in a kingdom and everybody's buying to you. No, your divine assignment involves serving others. You're going to bring yourself low. Divine assignment often involves serving. You bring yourself low. You are going to serve, you're going to uplift, and you're going to impact others somehow. What the gift, the giftings, the abilities, the special talent that God has given you is so that you can serve others with it. So divine assignments often involve serving, uplifting, or impacting others somehow, leading to a greater purpose beyond personal gain. So see what I'm doing now. I'm serving you watching this right now because I'm not expecting any financial gain from you. I'm doing this because God said do it, and I know he's going to reward me, not even you, right? So that is what divine assignment is all about. Number 10, take action and be open to growth. So once you know what you're supposed to be doing, don't sit down and saying you're waiting for the rain and the sun to align, or the moon and the stars to align. No, all these stars are aligning stuff does not work for divine assignment. Fine, there's something called divine timing, but you have to take actions, little actions in the area. God will not immediately take you to the center of the main thing he wants you to do. He is going to want you to use those abilities and talent in smaller opportunities, smaller projects before he brings you to it. Remember, David was once in the wilderness with the sheep, protecting them from lion and bear and what have you, before he was brought before Goliath. So you would usually have opportunities to gain experience with the skills and abilities, learn on the go with the skills and talents and giftings before you're put before your main assignment. All right, before you're put before the main calling. So yeah, I think I have to stop this now. So is there going to be a part 6? I can't believe it. So what do I say at the end of every part? that if you find this very interesting, if you love what I've been sharing so far, don't keep it to yourself. Share this content to your loved ones. Subscribe so that every time I have something to say about these topics and future topics, you don't miss out. And also make sure that you come to the comment section and ask questions that are bothering you concerning your divine assignment. Thank you so much. See you in part 6. Bye bye.